Hi everyone, I hope you're all having a great day. I wanted to show you how I make fridge magnets. Now I know it sounds pretty elementary and pretty basic, which it is, but there's a few little elements that I do that I thought I would share with you. So I'm going to start off with, this is backing for picture framing. Now you can get these, I get them from the mat shop in Canada, so it'd be the matshop.ca, or if you're in the US, it's the matshop.com. Other places, I don't know where you might get them, but you can also get these from Amazon. If you're lucky enough to have access to Amazon, you can get these there. And they're just the right thickness. These are 5 by 7, you can get 8 by 10. They're just the right thickness for my fridge magnets. So what I do is basically lay it out and decide what size I want, like this. And decide the size I want, and then I cut my backing out accordingly. So I have 3 pieces cut out already. And yeah, so I'll use those. And these are cutouts from Art by Marlene. Now this is well-used book, so these are wonderful. I just think they're so magical. They're whimsical and the colors are beautiful. She does several books through, it's called Studio Light. So you can get them on Amazon. And I think there are Etsy shops that carry them too. I get mine from Amazon. So yeah, that's Art by Marlene. Wonderful. This one's called Arabia. And that's what we're using today. And we'll be using Distress ink from Ranger and Aleene's Tacky Glue and Caran D'ache wax pastels, which I love too. So now I have a shiny side and a matte side. I'm using the matte side. The shiny side with the wax pastels just basically rubs right off. So you need something that's going to be able to gently absorb your wax pastels. So now let's decide which one we're doing so I can decide which colors to use. I have, I believe this one for here, this one for here, and this one here. Now I know that one's for there. Now I have to decide if this is for the elephant or for, yeah, it's for the elephant. This won't fit properly on. Well, it could. The elephant could go here. And I have to decide now. I think what I could do is let's put the dragonfly by itself on this one. And let's build up this little elephant one. And by build it up, I mean add a couple more elements from our cutouts here. Now we could put a tree. This tree would fit on. And they just pop out. You have to be somewhat gentle with it. They come out easily, but okay, we could use that tree. What else can we put here? We could put something wonky like one of these teapots that don't really go there at all. Let's put maybe this moon with the stars hanging down. That's pretty cool. I don't know if I'm in the camera or not. You can see me struggling to get this off. Okay, there we go. Now, you could put that there. That could work. Or, I wonder if we should put the elephant this way. No, it doesn't quite fit. Okay. We could bring the elephant, and there's a little bit of script here. A little bit of we can put that there and bring in. This says, let your true colors shine through. You can put that there. Let's do that. Okay, I think we've decided. Now we're going to bring down, color our background. And this is fun. Now our elephant is predominantly blue and purple. So I think we want a little bit of that color in here, but we don't want it to take over. So let's bring a bit of the green. Some of the purple. These pastels they're gorgeous, I say. Just gorgeous. Some blue. It's more like a turquoise blue. Yeah, they call it turquoise blue. I have a flair for the obvious. And we can go right over each color if we choose. And let's see. Let's ground it a bit with some of this color, sort of a golden brown. It's ochre. Okay. And let's throw in some orange. And finish off with some yellow, I think, just to brighten it up a little bit. And I'm going to blend that in a little bit with the orange and the ochre. Okay, so that's a good start. Now we're going to bring in my water brush. You don't want too much water, just enough to make this smooth and coloring over your, blending your colors. These Caran D'ache wax pastels are perfect for this Art by Marlene cutouts. All right. I love it already. Now I'm going to dry that. It's only going to take a few seconds, but you know, it's almost dry now. It's fast. Make sure you don't have any white spots that you don't want. Okay. Well, that's pretty well done. Now we can look at what we're going to have. I'm going to use my Distress ink, the vintage, to for the outside of this. I can't think of the word. Sentiment. That's it. Sometimes life just gets too much for me. Okay, and we might do the same actually right on our, oh, I'm dabbing in the cover. I told you life gets too much for me sometimes. Oh Lord. Okay, this, you know, it finishes off your bookmark, and it also gives your little bookmark some depth. It creates depth for your little scene here. So I think you'll find it makes a big difference using the distress ink, or, you know, and whatever color you choose to use. You don't have to use the vintage. Now, I will audition this, as they say. I need to have enough room for my, what did I say this was called? Enough room for my sentiment. That's it. I'm really not a ditzy person, but some days. Okay. Yeah, that works for me. How cool is that? Okay. So we need to put our sentiment down first because we're having this overlap a little bit. So let's do that. Where did we decide we wanted to put our sentiment? Right about there, I think. Okay. Yeah, did I ask you how you were doing? How are you doing? I'd love to hear from you today. Tell me what you think of these little fridge magnets. You know, I do markets, and I generally sell coasters, greeting cards, small paintings, small watercolor paintings. And lately I've just been doing these magnets, and I've been so enjoying it. And I have a feeling they're going to sell well. I have a Facebook page, as some of you may know, and I kind of introduce things on my Facebook page and get reactions. So people have responded quite well to the fridge magnets. So that pleases me. So I'm going with the gusto now. And when people come to markets, they're not coming to buy, you know, $200, $300 watercolor paintings. They're coming for little gifts or things they can pick up for the house. So these little $5, $10, $20 items work really well at markets. For those of you who have, you know, thought they would like to do markets. I've been doing markets for, I don't know, many years now. I enjoy it. I get to meet some cool people, other artisans and artists, farm people, farm men and women. Just a nice environment. So yeah, I like doing them. And I like doing, you know, just the craft and arts and craft markets. I've had work in an art gallery in the past. Yeah, so well, there you go. Now I'm going to cover that. I'm going to throw the blow dryer over that and come over it with some Mod Podge just to seal it. Some actually Kamar varnish first. 1 or 2 sprays of Kamar varnish, let that dry, and then come in with a coat or 2 of Mod Podge or matte medium or gloss medium, whichever you choose. I kind of like the glossy stuff, so I usually choose that. And then, yeah, then we have added more dimension, and works well. So let's just do our, may as well go for the gusto here. Do all 3 of these. Now, I don't usually like doing a video that's too long, but why not, eh? Let's just see. Okay. We have some green and yellow on her hair, which is up here. So I would probably think to do green and yellow maybe down lower, and some blue up here. I don't want her hair to blend in. So just be aware of that when you're deciding on your colors. So let's, yeah, bring some green and yellow down here. You can throw in any color actually if you choose. Let's throw in a darker green down here. And some blues at the top maybe. And a lighter blue. Now I'm pressing fairly hard. That's the mood I'm in, I guess. And yeah, let's throw in some other colors. Let's throw in some orange. And some red. Now I brought the red up into the orange because I don't want a stripe. I don't want it to be too stripy looking. And it's fairly stripy looking at this point. So I'm going to blend my colors a little bit. Let's bring some purple in here and sort of blend these together. There we go. Okay, now we can come in with our water brush and blend again. Smooth this onto our surface. Now I don't want to bring too much of that blue down, so I'm going to grab a tissue and clean the tip of my brush a little bit. Just squirt some water out until our brush is quite clean, and then continue on. I just didn't want to bring that blue down into my red. So there we have our, I think I need to do a little more blending on the top there. I see some white, a lot of white. So just blend a little bit more. There we have it. Oops, my finger mark, my fingerprint. Can't be going out robbing banks if I'm leaving my fingerprints on everything. Okay, we're going to let that dry for a moment, and let's look at our dragonfly. Now this is almost, let me make this a little bit bigger, bring you up a little closer, and I have the sun coming in too, so yeah, our dragonfly is predominantly sort of a turquoise and purple. So I'm going to bring a little bit of that in, but I think I'll introduce other colors here. Let's make it yellow and orange. Just so that our butterfly, or our dragonfly, sorry, stands out. And let's see, maybe a touch of the turquoise, not too much. And, let's throw some, I'll throw some green in, I guess. Okay, let's see what we have once we do our blending. Now I have blended with just a wet finger before and a brush, but I find a brush or, you know, a watercolor brush just a little bit harder to control. And others might not find that at all, so just whatever your preference is. I don't work with hard and fast rules. I just do what makes sense to me. Okay. Do have a lot of orange here, don't I? Let me see. Yeah, that's a lot of orange. I think I'm going to bring in this emerald green. So it's a lovely sunny day here today. Here we are coming into the last week of October, and it's like 20 degrees out there today. It's unusual for Nova Scotia. Usually it's, you know, let's say 12 Celsius, so that'd be, you know, in the early, around 50 or so. Okay, let's see how that looks. Well, that's quite dark there, but our dragonfly is going to cover most of that. And we're going to get a different effect once we put our Mod Podge on. So, okay, that's it with the colors. I'm happy with that. Let's bring our dragonfly down. Now, this dries fairly fast, so... Oh, of course, I had this standing straight up and down. Okay, don't know how well I'm doing with being in the camera. Let me just take a peek here. Sort of in the camera. Okay. She's lovely. She's lovely, but she feels like it needs something, doesn't it? A little too plain, I think. Well, here we go again. Let's take a look at what we have here. It's good to be flexible. Let's put, maybe we could put a little set of houses down. I could. Need something a little smaller though, I think. Would have been nice to have those down before I put the butter. Let me see if I can get this on here. Oh, I think I can. Yeah, there we go. Let's do that. And again, as usual, I set my glue bottle. Now you do need... straight up and down, I mean, let me finish my thought. You do need a fairly thick, you know, like this type of glue, because something like glue stick is not going to work well with the wax. So, Aleene's Tacky Glue works quite well. Okay, I'll put our building down. And then our dragonfly, just slightly over that. Okay, and we could put something else here. We could leave this. Maybe another little building here. Let's see. I'm looking through my little book here. My booklet. Let's put another small building. We'll audition it. Now it seems to need something a little more significant. Let's take a look. I have a little camel here. Let's give this a shot and see how we feel. Might be too small too. But this is all, you know, I enjoy this part too. It's just fun. That could work. And then we have to lift our wing again. Maybe we'll make a full scene here. Yeah, let's make a full scene. Oh my God, I did it again. Straight up. Come on, you can get to it. Okay. Now we're camel. So some of these you can create scenes like this one, and others just the image by itself, the one image. Okay. There we go. We're done. Now I could have cut this backing off, made it a little more square and just fit my dragonfly on that. But this works too. That's all right. And then we have Our Lady here. And this is just a single image, and she works well by herself. Make sure there's enough glue on all the areas. Yeah, now I remember to lay it down now that I'm done with all the glue. Oh well, c'est la vie. Okay, now what you can do, which I think I'll do in this one, is you can come in and add a little bit of detail. Yeah, I'm going to add some stars here, I think, with a white gel pen. This is Signo pen from Uniball. I love these pens. I especially love them when they work. Just gently, if you press too hard, then the ink doesn't come out as well. So just a gentle touch. Make some stars here. Now when this one dries, I can come back and put a few, you know, redo them. Go over these stars again. Okay, I think we're good. I think I'm going to accent the spots that are white on our image here. Let's put a little dot here too. I think that's it. Just helps, again, to add dimension, helps your your little image to pop when you add these little details. Maybe a little dot on her shoes. Yeah, that's it. She's done. So there's our 3 magnets so far. Now I'm going to put a blow dryer over this a little bit. We're going to come in and I'm going to spray this with Kamar varnish first, off camera. Then I'm going to, on camera, add a couple of coats of Mod Podge. Hopefully you'll be able to pick up the difference. I think I'm going to put some distress ink on these too. And then we're going to add our magnets on the back. So I'm going to finish adding my distress ink and then we'll come back. Okay, so we have our, these 2 are done. I've sprayed 2 coats of Kamar varnish on all the pieces. Let it dry between. I kind of cheat and go with the blow dryer because I have no patience. And I put 3 coats of Mod Podge on each of these 2 to give it more dimension and a bit of a gloss, which I really like. Some people wouldn't probably like that as much, but I like it. So you can probably see a little bit, if the camera will pick it up, the difference between this piece, which has the 3 coats of Mod Podge, and this one only has the Kamar varnish on it. So yeah, I like the Mod Podge. And I've put the magnets on the back. So we're just going to finish this little lady here. And I will apply couple thin coats of Mod Podge and dry in between the coats. And then we will come back and touch it up and add our magnet in the back. So yeah, thin coats. So now I have 2 coats of 2 or 3. I think I put 3 on. Coats of Mod Podge on my little masterpiece here. And if you're anything like me, I get the backs of my cards and my bookmarks and now my magnets. I managed to get them dirty, so I end up putting some cardstock on the back. So yeah, so now you have some white gel pen here, and as I mentioned, you might want to come back in after your Mod Podge is on and redo your stars or any white areas. The Mod Podge does tend to dull the gel pen, so I just come back and, you know, quickly redo it. Now adding the white gel pen just helps again for your image to pop. I put it on her knees, a little dot under her cheeks, a little dot here, some dots on her dress. Again, as I said, it just gives a little more dimension, a little more points of interest. So yeah. Oh, the bottom of her shoes. Okay. And then, these I got from Amazon. You can get them at dollar store, and they're pretty well the same thing. The dollar store worked out to about half the price of what I paid for these on Amazon. So the back just peels off. Now I like to add a little bit of, I'm afraid to put this down now because I did this gel pen. Let me just dry that for a second. Okay, so I put some Alien's Tacky Glue on the back too, just to make sure I have good adhesion, that nothing's going to, you know, fall off, or don't have to put too much on, just enough to assure that you got. And then you peel the back, the blue part off the back of the magnet and just lay it down. I got a little bit extra there, and that's okay. That will dry clear. And that's it. That's your little masterpiece. So I hope you enjoyed that. I love doing these. I think they're so much fun. And you can get creative. And as you can see, there's a little more to it than just throwing a magnet on the back of an image. Yeah. A little bit of Caran D'ache wax pastels. Now you could use watercolor if you choose. You could use acrylic paint. I happen to like the colors in the pastels, and you know, they're vibrant, which work well with these images. And as I said, they're art by Marlene, cutouts, and some magnets. So my Podge and Kamar Varnish. I will put in the description all the materials that I use. So I hope you enjoyed that. Don't forget to press that notification bell so you know when I'm uploading a video. And look forward to our community that's going to start soon. You're going to see a community button, and if you click on that, then we can have little conversations, and I can upload little tips and all kinds of cool things. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. Would love a thumbs up too. And if you haven't subscribed, today's a great day to do that. All right, have a great day. Bye now.